Hey guys, so I should be working at this point, but it's been incredibly difficult to do this video and I want to do it even though I read like 1.5 books. I need to do this video so then I can make a follow-up when I read a little bit more, but let's get into the middle of it before I get further than I should, and then I start rambling and all of that. I have fallen in love with Pearl S. book writing and books, and I have read 1.5 books. I have read The Mother, and I'm in the middle of reading The Good Earth. This is a special edition because it was leather bound by the person that bought it. Special edition because it was actually a paperback and this was the cover in Portuguese, so I'm reading the Portuguese translations. In Portuguese it's called Terra Bendita, and oh my god, I have so many feelings and I do not know, I mean, part of me I know, part of me I do not know why this author is not read more today. It has like been forgotten. I mean, I think everyone knows that she was a thing, but I don't think that most people have read it, and it is a shame. Sorry for the little cut there. Cat mom things, it happens. I'm not gonna be holding this book because there's nothing to see besides the green square, even though this feels awesome when you are reading it. I'm just loving this letterbound things with nothing. This has made me discover many new reads, and Pearl S. Buck was one of them, and I'm pretty sure that she's gonna go to my favorite authors, to be honest. So I'm gonna put this one down. Now, I still am to find a good biography of Pearl S. Buck. What I know was a little bit of YouTube, Wikipedia, and the little bits that they put on the beginnings of these books. They do a little biographical sketch, but she was basically she went to China with her parents. They were missionaries, and she lived there for I want to say 40 years. To be honest, she lived a lot of time there. If I'm not mistaken, there was a period of time when she went back to America to study in college or university, or how do you guys call it on that side, and then she went back to work in China. And if I'm not mistaken, she lived there like before and after the communist revolution. Please, if I'm saying something wrong here, do let me know, because I'm not 100%. Like I said, I read little bits here, little bits there, and I'm just gathering all together. And sometimes my mind mixes all of this up. So, why have I fallen in love with her writing? Well, the books that I've read, both The Mother and this that I'm reading now, The Good Earth, are both set on that period. I think both before the communist revolution. There is talks about it, about communism and things happen related to it, but they are not the focal point. At least I'm in the middle of it here. Things happen here already that concerned that revolution, but I'm not sure that that was like the full-fledged thing. I think it was just the beginning of it in one particular town, not the whole event. Not completely sure, but this is the first one on the trilogy. I'm like in half, a little bit more than half away. I think I have like 100 pages, and this is, how much is this? On this particular version is like almost, it's like 400 or almost, and I have, okay, 200. I'm more or less middle, even though it doesn't look like, probably because of the biographic sketch in the beginning. I'm gonna say it's because of that. Anyway, loving this so far, but I really like I don't want to talk particularly of any of these books yet, even though I could talk of The Mother because I have read it all the way to the end, but I want to talk about her writing and her way to talk about the things that she talks, because she is, at least on both of this, she's been portraying poor people, farmers, in China. I'm gonna say pre-revolution because at least this one starts in pre-revolution, if I'm not mistaken. And lots of things happened on that time that weren't particularly nice. And she just tells things how they are. She just puts it on the page. This happened like this. And then you don't get the whole this is bad because this. No, you don't get that. And I love that. I love when they are not preaching to us and they are just like, hey, I'm writing a story about a country that is way different from yours and mine. I mean, even though I bet she felt at least a little bit at home there because she lived there so long. I'm writing about this country that you at least don't have anything to do with. Things happen. I know it's wrong. You have a brain. You reader have a brain. You know what is wrong, what is right. Here is the story. I love that so much that I can even begin to tell you, because this is one problem that I have with like newer fiction post the, I'm gonna say, woke movement, because there is no better way to tell it, is that you get usually a bit of this happened and this is wrong because, and then the reasons, and then the condemnation of the people that were wrong, and then you have like a follow-up with things that are better than that, or you use that thing to push up a character up. Not here. This is something that feels real, that feels like it could have happened. It has good things, bad things, great things, things that are like on the grayish moral spectrum, that it's good for one, bad for another. So it feels like, even though it's fiction, it feels like this could have happened to somebody, and there is no judgment. Oh my god, I love this. I love that so much. You, the reader, do the judgment on your head because you have a brain, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate when an author doesn't just baby you through all the moral questions. Because, come on, we have brains. And after a certain age, I mean, I think that age comes a little bit sooner than most people think, because I was quite young when I started reading adult books, and it didn't mess me up in the least, even though I read some pretty gruesome things. I think it made me better. At least what I'm trying to say, it didn't harm me in any way. Probably the opposite happened. But dear Lord, we need more like books like it. I mean, I think we need to get back to reading books like this to appreciate what it's being done and learn with it. I'm just gonna say, I'm probably gonna do a more comprehensive like review or talk about, not sure if The Mother, probably. I want to talk about the Good Earth trilogy, because this is just the book one. After the Good Earth, the second one is called Sons, and I think the third one is Divided House. Not completely sure on the third one title, but it's a trilogy. I want to read it, and I want to take my ideas of it after I read the trilogy, Somehow when it's trilogies, my head's like, give me all of it, and then I can judge it properly. I know you can judge the books individually. I just like to do it like this when it's like trilogies are not coming out. They're just like already out there, years old. And this was a Nobel Prize. And I feel like this was a deserved Nobel Prize, and I'm like in the middle of it. I haven't finished yet just because yesterday was a very busy day for me, or else I would have read this to the end in almost one sitting, because even though it's 400 pages, it's amazing. Literally amazing. I really enjoyed it. And I could keep up praising it. There's even in I cannot say that this is all Pearl's book writing. This is a very early opinion of what I've read. I'm gonna keep reading, and this is why I say that I wanted to do this video to share my sheer enthusiasm about this writer, and then I can do videos following up this one, because she has written so much that I need to read all of it and then keep posting you about how awesome it is, because I feel like a lot of it is gonna be awesome. Another theme that, I think most of her books are passed on China, more or less on this period. I think some are not, but I haven't looked at everything. The ones that I saw look like it would be passed in China. One thing that I like, we are on this one and on the mother, the characters are farmers, and farmers do have a big relationship with the earth, the good earth, and there is a little bit more on this one because it is the good earth, but there is also a lot of it on the mother, the connection with nature and the cycles. And the cycles, it is even more noticeable in the mother, so far at least. All of that, those topics that I loved about how we are connected somehow with Earth, we depend on that, even though at this point in time we as a society don't we believe that we live apart from it, even though we are still very much part of the cycles of the earth, and even though we try to say we aren't. These stories that are about farmers and poor people, they usually make it very easy to see that we are very much part of that cycle, and I really love that. It's very humbling as a mere sack of bones and meat. It is very humbling, and it was just really good writing, good stories, and I'm enjoying this so much. So again, I read 1.5 books, and I have to come here and be like, yay, this is amazing. But I will finish the trilogy, the Good Earth trilogy, and then if you guys have read Pearl Buck, do let me know which one should I grab next. Which title you think it's a good continuation for this flow, or it's a very good one that she wrote and that I should grab next. Just let me know. Just flood my comments with suggestions. If you haven't read Pearl Buck and you like what I talked about, I would say pick either the Good Earth or the Mother. The only difference is that the Mother is a story that feels, it is very driven to women's problems. It is a thing on it. It is a theme. I'm gonna say this, but I think it's not gonna give the correct message I'm gonna say this, but men can, should, and of course will enjoy reading that book. But that book feels like a book written by a woman about the story of a woman to other women. Woman. I have a problem with the plural of the English words for woman. Women. I don't know how to say the difference sometimes. I'm sorry. But I think you guys got my point. Like I said, I said that it's not that men cannot enjoy it or like it, read it. You got my meaning here, right? Okay, we are on the same page on this one, okay? Okay. So yeah, again, leave me all the comments and suggestions, and I shall promise to give you an update on how much I'm still loving this author, because I predict that I will put this one on my list of favorite authors on Goodreads. So if you see that happening, don't be surprised. If you see me devouring more books about it, also don't be surprised. And also, I'm on the Asian streak, so if you are on Goodreads and you see me reading all types of Asian-related stories, yeah, I'm on the streak now. It happened. I don't know why. It's a thing now. So yeah, that's all for now, guys. Bye.